on my channel, I have done a live video over on Shannon Talks Yarns channel before, but this is the first live I've ever done on my own channel, and I've had my channel for over 2 years, so I think it's about time. I had mentioned a month or so ago that I wanted to start working on my temperature blanket while live so that it would motivate me to work on it and then maybe motivate some other people to work on theirs as well. So I thought I'd get comfy. I'm sitting on my bed. I have my granny stitch pillow here. I have my tripod like rigged up on like a photo album and stuff. And so it's a little shaky, but I'm going to go with it. If it gets too bad, then you all let me know and I will move over to my normal spot. So just let me know. Also, I've had horrible allergy issues for like 2 weeks. So if I have to cough a lot or sniffle, I'm sorry about that. um, so I'm very excited to be working on my temperature blanket today. To be honest, I haven't worked on it in quite a while. Sorry, I'm gonna have to keep adjusting this until it keeps swinging. There we go. Oh, okay, maybe. Okay, I think that's good. All right, sorry about the glare right there. That's annoying to me. Hopefully you're fine with it. But so this is kind of a trial run. I'd like to start doing these more often because it is very motivating. And now that I'm out for the summer, I think a lot of you know this, but I work at a primary school as an assistant, and so my life has been super busy until now. So now I'm off for summer break, and that's really exciting. So I feel like I'm going to have a lot more time to do things like this and to film more. So I'm really looking forward to that. Let me know if you are working on a project with me. Here's my temperature blanket. I have it like rolled up. I don't know where I saw this hack ad, but it was several years ago. I saw like if your blanket's getting pretty big, then just fold it up. So I don't know if you can tell, but I have it like folded over so that it's not just this massive blanket that I have to twist and turn around as I work on it. Um, so it's a little bit easier to maneuver. So I'm starting on September, and for those of you who don't know, this temperature blanket is from 2023. So here I wrote down today all my September temperatures. It looks like we will be using 3 of the yarn colors. And so for those who don't know, real quick, I am doing the moss stitch. I am using variegated yarn from Hobby Lobby. So the 3 colorways that we will be using in September is Royal Gorge. This is for my 90 plus temperatures. And then we have Amber Honey, which is for like the 80s. And then we have The Struggle is Teal, which is for like the 70s range. So those are the 3 colors that are going to be used for September. And those were the same colors that I used for August as well. I don't think, yeah, I didn't use any other colors in August except for those 3. So it's going to have a pretty decent chunk of those 3 colors, which I think will really stand out as, you know, the summertime in the blanket. And then as we move into October, we will definitely move into some of my other color ways. So real quick, here is this little temperature chart I made, just with some cardboard and little pieces of the yarn. So you can take a look at those colors if you are interested in any of the colors I use. So I'm just gonna get started. So the first color that I am working with is for Friday, September 1st. It was 87 degrees. I live in Kentucky, by the way, and our temperatures are like all over the place throughout the seasons. So I'm using Amber Honey, and thankfully I already have that on my, that's what I'm working with. That's the last one for July. That was the last color, or August, that I left off on. So I am just going to keep going with that. Let's see. I'm going to try to keep up with the comments too as I go. Hey Sid, thanks for joining us. So, we have been trying to keep busy these last couple days. So yesterday we went to, hi Marilyn. So, we went to Activate Games. If you've never heard of it, it's really neat. You should look it up and maybe see if you have one in your area. But it is a super neat place. So you go in and you get these little wristbands that are attached to like your email and your name. And there's like, I don't know, maybe 10 different rooms that you go in, and it's like interactive games. So like one of them is like you use basketballs. Another one that we really liked is called Hide, and there's like lighted, they look like eyeballs, but they glow red, and there's buttons all over the walls, and you have to try to hit the buttons in order, like 1 through 20 or whatever. And whenever you start, you'll hear this noise, and you'll have to hide behind this pole, behind like whatever area the eyeball thing is flashing, if that makes sense. So that one was really fun. There's also a room with like pipes all in it and a ball, and the pipes light up different colors. Hey, Jennifer. And you have to like match whatever color the ball came out. Like if it was the light was purple, then you have to go find the purple one and put it back in. There's just all kinds of different fun games, and it's really like a workout. So I turned on my workout mode on my watch, and I thought maybe I would have burned like 300 calories maybe. We were in there for like an hour and 20 minutes. And I was shocked to see that I had burned 742 calories. So, if you're looking for a fun way to work out, I would definitely recommend Activate. Um, I just thought I'd share that because I was like blown away by that. And so then today we went to the library. I'm kind of trying to have I'm trying to have like themed days. So like Monday was Make It Monday, so then when we got home from Activate, we did root beer floats. So that was fun. And then today it's called like Take a Trip Tuesday, so that's when we went to the library. And then Wednesday is supposed to be like Water Wednesday, where you do water balloons or something. Thursday, I can't remember what it was. So I got these ideas off Pinterest, by the way. Friday is Foodie Friday or something, where you make some type of fun food, like ice cream sundaes or something. And then the weekend, I think, like it's Family Day Saturday, and then Sunday is like doing something um, like for others. So we're trying to like follow those themes this summer just to make it a little fun and feel like we're doing something every day, even if it's something small. So like making the root beer floats, those were super easy to do, but we had it on our list and we did it and we followed through with it, so that felt good. And we made like a summer bucket list on a poster board, so we are gonna mark things off as we do them. So yeah, I just think it'll be a good thing to look back and see what we've done this summer. Hi Terry. Hi Florence. So, oh, I'm glad that you're with us. I know that that is really late. So thank you for joining me. So my parents actually just got back from Scotland, on a mission trip. They were in Edinburgh, I think, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it and want to go back as soon as possible. So thank you all again for joining me. I think that lives are just a really fun way to, hey Jennifer, that are a really fun way to get to chat with you guys, because whenever I sit down and film a video and edit it and upload it, it's still really fun to reply to you all in the comments and everything, and I do kind of feel like I'm talking to you. But this is like we really actually get to talk in real time, which I think is so much fun. So I feel like it's a good way to get to know each other more and also, for you guys to get to know each other more and kind of chat in the chat as well. So, what have you all been up to this summer? Or let me get this text out of the way. Hi, Roxana. So, what are your plans for this summer? Do you have any like travel plans coming up or anything fun that you want to do? Or have you already done anything fun yet? I we not just me, my family, we are going to Gatlinburg in July, and it's only about 4.5 hours from where I live in Kentucky. So it's a place that we have gone often just because it doesn't take that long to get there. And it's beautiful, of course. And my parents actually have a timeshare. So we are staying there, so we are not having to pay any money for our hotel stay, which is huge because if any of y'all have been there before, you know that it is absolutely crazy expensive. Um, so I'm excited about that. We're actually staying for a whole week. And so I'm looking forward to that, spending time with the family and doing some hiking. And I think we're going to go to Dollywood. And then here in a couple weeks, we have our vacation Bible school at our church. And I'm really excited about that because our church just moved to a new building at the beginning of March, I believe. And it's a much bigger space than we had before. And so it's much more accommodating for activities like Vacation Bible School. So I will be leading or helping lead the third graders this year. I teach on Wednesday nights, the first through fourth grade, so I'm already really close with a lot of the kids. So I'm looking forward to that. I also, while I'm on live, I wanted to show you all some of the patterns that I'm working on and want to work on. So I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I don't know why I haven't done this, but I decided to print out a lot of the patterns that I'm wanting to work on because it's so much easier to have them right in front of you instead of having to look on, your phone or whatever. So, um, hi Delphina. I love your name, by the way, and that is awesome that you are from Argentina. I love that. I've heard it's beautiful there also. Welcome. So I want to show you these patterns. This is the one that I'm working on right now. This one, and I believe all of these are off Etsy. So I'm working on this one for a friend for a baby shower for her I think it's going to be granddaughter. So I'm working on this one. I'm just doing a little bit lighter color for the outfit and the hat. And this is low sew, so I think the only thing you have to sew on is the hat and the head and the ears. So the whole body, I think, is worked without sewing. You might have to sew the arms on, but the feet and the body. And then, so I'm really excited about that one. This one is from, hi Barb. Oh, sunflower coasters. That sounds really, really pretty. I love sunflowers. And I love to make coasters. So what a perfect combination. This is by this name here. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. So there's that one. And this one I've been eyeing for quite a while. This one is by All From Jade, and I really love her patterns. This is Chantel the Caterpillar, and this is a really unique pattern because it is worked in a really unique way. As you can see here, it's like a fidget. If you all have heard of that, my son is really into fidgets. Things that, just move in a really satisfying way. And so this, she shows you here. And she shows you, she even gives you different color options. She has great patterns. I mean, she goes into intense detail, in her patterns and just makes it really, really easy to follow. So she did say, I'm a little nervous about this one because she did say that somewhere in here that it's a little bit tricky at first to connect these pieces, but that once you get the hang of it, you know, it's simple from there. So that makes me a little bit nervous. But like I said, um, her patterns are from or are very in depth, so very easy to follow. Hi. So Texas, did you all have some bad storms where you live? We did here in Kentucky. We actually had a tornado touchdown not that far from us, and there's a lot of tree branches and everything down. But did you have any? Were you in any of the areas that had storms? So this one, I have made one of these already. I've made this eggplant snail. But this one is by Garden Hoe Market, and I just think these are so cute. There is a lemon snail, a strawberry snail, a blueberry snail, clementine, apple. And I know they're kind of like quirky and funny, but I kind of like that, and I think they're really, really cute. And so yeah, it's nice to have that. They even have like funny names, like let me find one. Let's see. Oh, hold on. They're hard to say. Let me find it. Strawbert, Timothy, I think is one. Eggplanthony, just funny names. A Paul. So, kind of quirky, but fun. And then of course, this is kind of a famous pattern. I think that this one actually is not the original one, the Mabel chicken pattern. But okay, so she said a lot of rain from southeast area of Houston. So we had like hurricane force winds here. We were actually Sunday morning in church, and I was in the kids area, and it looked like a hurricane outside. So just the wind and everything. So I'm glad you all are safe. So this is, yes, Barb, I'm out for summer break. I'm very excited about that. I'm very looking forward to getting back into being more active on my channel. I've definitely missed that. It was a big transition though this year getting back into work. And so I did what I could, but I'm looking forward to filming more. I have a lot of ideas, and I know I've said that before, but I just have so many ideas that I want to do that just take a little bit more time. I know one that I'm planning uh, for for the end of this week is everything I crocheted on my first week of summer break, because I've definitely been able to crochet a lot more than normal. So look forward to that pretty soon. But this is like one of those country chicken patterns, and I just think these are so fun. Again, it's not the original, I don't think. I think that one was called like the Mabel chicken pattern, but this one looks very similar, and so I'm excited about that one. And then another one that I am looking forward to is this ice cream cone plush, and this is by the Wonder Crochet, and I just love all of her amigurumi patterns. I just think they're so cute, and I've been eyeing this one for quite a while. I have that yarn, the speckled Premier Parfait Chunky, and so I'm looking forward to that. I might even make a chocolate one. And then I did make this for a little girl at work. She's a 3rd grader, so moving on to the school next door. And she picked up crochet and she made me something and watches my videos. So I made her one of these. So let me get this text up there. Hi, Jenny. Thanks for joining us. Okay, back to crocheting. I just wanted to show you guys those because I know if you're like me, you love to see what people are kind of wanting to work on. I also am working on a pattern by Craft in a Cuppa. She is the one who kind of went viral, I feel like, with her granny hexagon cardigan, and I've made a couple of them. And this top that I am making, I finally found some use for some of my Hobby Lobby clearance yarn that I got last year or the year before. This like cotton that kind of has a wavy texture. So I'm making this boho top. So you do 2 panels like this, and then you put little sleeves on them and some fringe. So I'm looking forward to getting that done. I'm pretty close actually. I'm over halfway of getting that done. So look forward to that if you're into wearables, because I know these are a lot of amigurumi. But I do obviously enjoy crocheting other things like blankets and clothing and things like that. But I really enjoy doing amigurumi between working on bigger projects. That way I have that satisfaction of completing something. Let me know if you all feel the same way. Um, oh, Barb, that's awesome. I'm so happy that I inspired you to do a Bible journal. So yes, I actually messed around with my overhead setup the other day because I just wasn't happy with the lighting and everything. It's all a learning process, but I have found a better setup, and I actually tried to film a punch needle video where I tried punch needle for the first time, and it totally didn't work out at all. But the video, like the way that I set everything up worked out, but like trying punch needle, yeah, it's not for me right now anyway. I feel like it just, I scrapped it. So I am going to switch colors. I have finished a row. Oh yeah, duh, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. So I'm going to be doing a video on Bible journaling again where I am working on a page and just kind of show you my thought process as I go along and do it. So I'm looking forward to that and some other overhead videos as well. I also need to do a whip video because my whips have gotten out of control. And I've mentioned before, let me know if you are the kind of person that doesn't like to have very many whips, or are you the kind of person that doesn't care how many whips you have, and if you don't finish a whip, if you end up working on it for a while and then never touching it again, if that's okay with you, or if that brings you anxiety. I kind of like, I was always the type of person for a long time, I feel like that I would get stressed out if I had a lot of whips, and then I kind of transitioned over into, you know what, it's fine. Like if I'm working on something and I enjoy it, then it's okay. Even if I never touch it again, it was still a way to relieve anxiety for me and to like be creative. But to be honest, I'm starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed by my yarn stash in general and by the whips situation, which I'm going to show you a little, which maybe if I can get this to turn. Okay, there's my little filming area, and there's that Premier yarn that I did a haul on. There's some whips over there. I just feel like it looks messy over there. And it's kind of stressing me out a little bit at this point. So, but I also like, I have limited space for yarn. So I don't really know what to do with it because I don't just want to shove it in a closet, because if I shove it in a closet or in a tote, then I don't remember what I had. So, it's a little bit of a situation, but hopefully I'll figure something out. Okay, so Florence said, I'm making a top made with cotton and bamboo yarn for my holiday in Rhodes in Greece. Oh, that is awesome. So my stepdad's sister, they actually just moved to Greece like last week, I think, to be long-term missionaries. So again, another bucket list place. I would love to go to Greece. That I hope that you have an amazing time and are safe on your way. Marilyn says, I have only 2 at a time usually. That would be definitely ideal. I think that that would be a good amount to have. Barb said, I don't like having too many whips. A couple is all I can handle. I think it's because I have so many other hobbies as well. Yep, I totally understand that. I also enjoy diamond painting and Bible journaling and coloring. I'm the same way. And I'm not good at organization. So I feel like all of my hobbies are just everywhere. And I don't have a good method for storing everything. And it's starting to get to me. B says, I can't have many whips. I'll feel overwhelmed. Yep, I'm definitely starting to feel that way. Florence, 2 whips are enough for me too. I'm definitely with y'all. And I said it like so many times I remember in my earlier videos, like, I don't care how many whips I had. I'm starting to care. You know, we change. It's okay. So, maybe I'll do a video on like going through my whips, deciding what I want to keep working on and what I don't think I'm going to finish, and at least weed some of them down and finish some things. Okay, so I want to show you all how I switch colors. I know there's obviously everybody has their own method that works for them. For this particular blanket, this is how I like to do it. So I am going to, hopefully you can see that, go into the last stitch. And this is honestly how I change colors most of the time. So I'm pulling up a loop, and then I am going to go ahead and cut my yarn and leave maybe like a 3-inch tail. I'm gonna mark off that I have done Amber Honey. So I usually just put a line or a check. And my next color is Royal Gorge, and we'll have a few rows of that. So it was 91 last year on Saturday, September 2nd. And the way that I do this is, see, I have my little loops there. I started my single crochet, and then I leave just another like 3-inch tail with the new yarn. I pull it through to finish out that single crochet, and then I'm just gonna tie a knot with those 2 colors. And I've never had an issue with this coming undone, and I think I am gonna leave just fringe on this blanket. So I like the way that looks. We'll see if I end up putting a border on it or anything, but for now I think the fringe is fine. And so now I have my new color to start my new row. So to me, I don't know what that method's called, but it's the one that works. Oh, I almost knocked my tripod over. That's the one that works for me. So let me switch my blanket over. So this Royal Gorge is a really striking color in the blanket because it has a lot of red in it, and it is the only color out of all of them that have that orangish red in it. So it really stands out. And I picked this one for the 90 degrees and above for that reason, because I thought it looked like a hot color. So, are you all working on a temperature blanket for 2024? Are any of you all doing that, or are you catching up on a temperature blanket from previous years? I know I mentioned in a video before that, you know, whenever you don't finish a temperature blanket by the end of the year you started it, it can feel a little defeating and easy to want to give up. And if you do want to put it to the side and not work on it, I think that's totally fine. But also, you know, it's okay to not finish a temperature blanket in the year that you start it. It's still a fun project to work on, and you know, I don't think I've seen an ugly temperature blanket. I love color, and so anything that has a bunch of different colors in it, I think is beautiful. So I think it's still worth working on. So let me know if you have a temperature blanket from any year that you are currently working on. I don't think that I will be doing another temperature project for quite a while. I feel the pressure to finish it. And, you know, these long rows do take quite a bit of time. I think I timed it and it's like maybe 5 or 6 minutes per row, which is not that bad, but it does take quite a while when, you know, it adds up if you do several rows. And I'm just the type of person that I get bored working on the same project. And I thought, you know, the color changes would keep me invested, and it definitely keeps me returning to it. But I still just get a little burnt out of working on the same project. And that's why, again, I love the amigurumi, because it's something I can get that satisfaction of getting it done. Barb said she thinks doing one of those would be too much, and I think a lot of people feel that way, because it does put a different kind of pressure on you, kind of like whenever you're making something for someone else and not just for yourself, or something like that, it puts a different kind of pressure on you to feel like you have to work on that and you have to get it done in a timeline. Um, and so it definitely makes you feel like it puts a little pressure on you. And so I'm trying to kind of just, when I feel that pressure, just let it go and be like, I'll get it done when I get it done. I am going to finish it, whether it be, I plan on it being this year, but you never know what's going to happen. B says, I've never worked on a temperature blanket. I agree with Barb. Yeah, you definitely, it's a big undertaking for sure. I mean, any blanket is because they take so long, but then whenever you add in, doing it in that current year, like I said, you don't have to finish it in that year, but still, it's a different type of project, so I totally get it. Marilyn said, I started a temperature quilt many years ago and didn't like it. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely only for certain people. Like I said, I probably won't do one again. If I do, it's probably going to be a totally different type of temperature project, and I don't plan to take one on for quite a while. um, Let me know if you have ever seen if any of you have seen my mosaic blanket. I started that at the very beginning of my channel, so I've been working on it for over 2 years now, and it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite projects, but it's just taking me so long. I really struggle with blankets, I've found out. And so let me know though if you've seen my mosaic blanket. You'll see it in the whips video, obviously. But it's beautiful, but it's one that's just so, I guess you would say tedious. It's a little bit tedious. So I think honestly now, like my favorite things to crochet are wearables, which is so crazy because I never would have thought that that would be how it is because I never did wearables except for like hats and stuff until last year, I think, or maybe 2 years ago. So it's kind of interesting that that's turned into my favorite thing to make. Um, but I love to make wearables. And I've really fallen in love with amigurumi lately just because, again, quick stuff. It's quick. I also really love kitchen type things, so like coasters, scrubbies, things like that. And, one thing that I used to really enjoy making, and it used to be really all that I made, is hats. And I don't make a lot of hats anymore. So that's kind of surprising. I think it's kind of just interesting to look back at our crochet through the years and see how we change in what we prefer over time. Or some of us might stick with the same thing forever, and that's okay too. One thing I really started enjoying crocheting is like pillow covers. So like the one behind me, and then I have another one that I've need to get finished. That one will be in the whip video as well. Florence said I've just got the border to do and sew some ends in. Your mosaic blanket is gorgeous. So thank you so much. It is one of my favorite projects that I've ever started, and hopefully one day I will finish it. I have thought about making it just like a little throw blanket, making it smaller than originally intended. The dimensions will be a little bit weird because it'll be wide and kind of short, but I kind of just, like I said, want to narrow some whips down. So I will probably keep this live going for about 10 more minutes, and then I think we are going to watch a movie together tonight as a family. So we had some friends give us a bunch of DVDs. They're kind of just don't watch them much anymore, and so my husband collects DVDs, and especially 3D DVDs, because when the 3D TVs came out a few years ago, we bought one, and now they don't make them anymore. And so anytime he can come across 3D movies, he's super excited about that. Hi, Laura. I'm glad you could join us. So we are going to watch, I think, The Lion King in 3D maybe tonight. I think he's outside. It's not even dark yet, but my 6-year-old has bought some fireworks, like some sparklers and little stuff like that, and has been just begging to use them. So they're outside in the daylight, um, doing those right now. So I have like 10 more minutes, but I'm glad I finally did a live video. It is a little nerve-wracking to do a live for sure, especially because this is my first time, like I said, doing it on my own. So when I did one before with Shannon, it's a little easier because you are having a conversation, with someone else right there. And so, you know, it's just easier. But doing it by yourself, I mean, I'm talking to you guys, but I also, I want to keep the conversation going. So it's a little bit more intimidating, but I'm glad I finally did it. I was scared to death to do lives for so long, and I'm so glad that I did. Because now I really want to do more of them. I hope that you all have really enjoyed this. I have definitely enjoyed it. I have gotten 3 rows, no, 2 rows done. It's hard for me to crochet and talk, let's be honest. But hey, I got 2 rows done. I'm gonna move on to my 3rd row, and it again is Royal Gorge, so I'm gonna not have to change colors here. So let's see if I can get one more row done before we end the live. Thank you, Barb. Um, he is my 6-year-old. He is very sweet, very energetic, but also, how can I say it? He's strong-willed. His name actually means strong-willed warrior, and God definitely gave us that name for him, and it rings true. He is a difficult one to parent, but we're never bored around here with him. And his cuteness, it does get him out of trouble sometimes. We try to stay really consistent with him, but he's just a very unique kid, and I pray that God uses his gifts for God's glory. I believe he will. I believe he can be a great leader, and I pray that God just uses him, because shooey, it's hard sometimes. Sometimes I feel like all I do is yell as a parent. I try not to yell, but there are those days when it's really hard. Really, really hard. So, then we have an 11-year-old, and he's completely different than his brother. And we didn't realize how easy we had it when he was a kid until we had our youngest. Um, but they fight all the time, and they are 5.5 years apart. But I fought with my brother, and we were 7 years apart. So, but it's this summer. It's definitely a challenge. I've had to pray for patience and just staying busy. Marilyn said, I've enjoyed it. I'm so glad that you did. I really have enjoyed it too. It's so fun getting to talk with you all real time. B said, I've not seen your mosaic blanket. Blankets can take me a long time to make. I've only done 2 complete in my lifetime so far. Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot of blankets either. I really haven't. Um, I started a bunch of blankets and never finished them. That's one thing. It's one of my abandoned projects that usually, if it's abandoned, it's probably because it's a blanket. Yeah, night and day children. Yep. Um, it's funny how that works. They can be raised by the same parents, um, in the same household, and be totally different. And I think it's hard when you have another child that's completely different than your first, because all the things that you found that worked with your first doesn't work for the other one. And it's almost like learning how to parent all over again. And it's a struggle. I feel like 6 years into this second child, and I still don't know what I'm doing half the time. Oh, parenting. It's amazing and hard. It's so true when people say that it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. You don't understand it till you have them. Karen said, I want you to another live soon. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. It's very encouraging to hear that, because, doing YouTube videos you want to do the things that you enjoy. I've made a video about this too, by the way. Um, but you want to make sure that you are doing videos that you want to do, but you also are in the business of making videos for other people. So you want other people to enjoy them too. That's just the nature of it. And so, when a creator hears that people enjoy what they do, it really does mean a lot. And I'm kind of guilty of being one that doesn't comment often in other people's videos, and I need to get better about that because I know how much it means when people do. So thank you for letting me know you enjoyed it. That definitely motivates me to want to do another one soon. So I'll give it a few more minutes. I'm going to try to finish this row up. If you all have any ideas for some other topics maybe that we could talk about during lives, that would be awesome. If we could maybe have themed things. Barb says, I also enjoy lives. I'm glad I was free tonight. Me too. And I hope 7 worked for you guys. I know that everybody's in different time zones, so I may play around with that, but I thought that might be an okay time for most. B says, I'm currently working on a tank top today. I've made one tank top before, and sadly, I don't wear it very often. And I need to start wearing it again. I'm actually in the market for another pattern. But I think the tank top, let's see, that I made, it was out of like the bamboo yarn. So it's really soft and shiny. But just the way it's shaped, I don't know if it's super flattering on me. So I definitely want to make another one. Thank you all again so much for joining me. Thank you for just supporting my channel, for watching my videos, and for encouraging me and just being my community. It's definitely added so much joy to my life to do YouTube. And I mean, I really feel like I'm friends with you guys. My phone is going dead, so good thing I'm only going to be on here a few more minutes. Marilyn says, do you knit also? No, but it has been a goal of mine to learn to knit for so many years, and I never have, and I need to just do it. I need to just take the plunge and do it because I think I would really enjoy it. I have tried Tunisian crochet, and I couldn't really get into that, but I want to try knitting for sure. Barb says, I want to make a cardigan. I never made one before, so I'm intimidated. Should I start with the granny square one first? Yes, I think that is like the perfect beginner cardigan. And I craft in a cuppa. I have a video. If you look back through my videos, there are a few where I mention that, or just look up on YouTube, Craft in a Cuppa. She has a very detailed YouTube tutorial as well as a free pattern, and I think it's free anyway. She really walks you through it, and I think it's a very easy one to start with because it takes something that's familiar to you. Most people have done a hi. It's okay that you're late. We're getting ready to jump off here, but I'm going to do more of these in the future. But it takes something you're familiar with, and you just make 2 and you sew them together. She shows you how to add the sleeves, and she shows you how to modify it, whether it be if you want to make it with cuffed sleeves or flowy sleeves, the length, and it's made to measure. So there's really no guesswork if you're making it for yourself. So I would definitely recommend her tutorial, and that being your first cardigan, definitely. Hi, Cheryl. We're getting ready to Ooh, a cocoon cardigan. Yeah, I've seen those. I really like those too. We are getting ready to hop off here in a few. My phone is dying. I did not plan very well for that. We stayed out longer at the library today than I thought, and when I got home, I made dinner, and then I'm like, oh no, my phone is about to die. So I have a few percent left, but thank you for those who are just jumping on. Really glad that you could catch a little bit of this live. You can go back and watch it. It will be up on my channel for you to watch. I am going to leave it up, and I do plan to do more of these. Maybe we can make it like a Tuesday night thing through the summer while I'm off work. That would be a good night for me usually, hopefully for you all too. And then maybe we'll switch it up sometime and do like a Friday night or something. But again, I've really enjoyed it. I appreciate everyone who joined and everyone who watches later, the replay. Marilyn said, have a great evening. B said, bye. Barb said, what was the channel name again? It's Craft and a Cuppa. So Cuppa, Craft and a Cuppa. And again, great tutorial. So definitely check that out and let me know if you do. And you can use any yarn, any size, any hook size. It's a very, very, very beginner friendly for a wearable. All right, guys, I'm coming up on the last few stitches of this row. So I actually did better talking and crocheting than I thought through most of this. Let's see, Florence, I enjoyed your live. I'm looking forward to seeing your whip videos. Take care and have a lovely week. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoy your trip. Yes, I think that's what it is, like cup of coffee. I'm pretty sure. Good night from Scotland. Thank you so much, Florence, for joining us, especially since it's so late there. So thank you all again. I am going to, so I got 3 rows finished, which is great. And I'm going to end with John 3:16, since I always love to end my videos with a Bible verse. And when I don't have another one prepared, I always say this one because I always do want to leave off with God's word, because I love crochet, but I love the Lord more. He's changed my life, and I want to honor him with my channel. So if you know it, say it with me. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. I pray that that God blesses you, and I will see you super soon in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye. If I can figure out how to turn this off. Bye.